Hey, it's August 4th. Welcome on in to Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com, presented by Mungenast, St. Louis Acura, and Royal Banks of Missouri. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey. And, well, Rammer, I hyped up John Lester a whole lot yesterday. I was busy until about 7:30, 7:40 yesterday. I get to my car.
Ball game.
Yeah, I get to my car, I grab my phone, I go and I check my Scores app to see how the Cards are doing, and I see they're already down 6-0 as John Lester failed to get that first out of his Cardinal career, and had a bit of a rough first inning yesterday. I'm no longer on the John Lester train.
You weren't on the express. You were on the milk run. I'll get on this stop, get off the next stop.
Yeah, you know what? I still think I'm not saying they need to cut him. I'm not saying he needs to retire. I feel like maybe my hopes of what he could be need to be brought down a few levels.
Yeah, sometimes reality will do that to us. I think as we've seen this year, Lester has a very small handful, maybe a couple of starts that are really, really good. So can he give you 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4 good starts? Yeah, maybe. My hope is that your injured guys get back and you don't have to go that long with them. So there's the reality of the situation, and then kind of how do you deal with it? I think let's pretend it's X date. Pick the date, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, the end of August, whatever. And Michaelis is in the rotation. Flaherty's in the rotation. Kim's in the rotation. Who are your other 2 guys? And I think everybody else is fighting to stay in the rotation for the rest of the year. And we'll see how that goes. I don't think, for me, there's no way I can predict. LeBlanc's done fine. It'll be interesting. What I hope the Cardinals don't do is just kind of give up and let's say worst case, Lester is brutal the next 2 or 3 starts, but they keep him out there because it's John Lester and his career has earned it. I don't want to really see that. But you can't really make those kinds of calls or predictions because you don't know how everybody else is going to pitch. It really is a day-to-day thing to see. So the key is getting Flaherty and Michaelis back. That's the key to making any kind of serious decisions for the rotation for the rest of the year. But as I've said for a long time in almost every show, injuries happen. You got to try and find a way to compete with it. That's what they're doing. But the offense is the problem.
Yeah, it is, and for as bad as John Lester's first inning was yesterday, you're not going to win any games when the first time you put a runner on third base is the 9th inning. It's not going to happen that way. It never will happen that game. This game of baseball has been around, Rammer, for over a century, and not many games have been won when you put your first runner on third base in the 9th inning. I would say a handful, if that, over the past century have been won that way. And that's where it starts. And I feel like we saw a week or so ago, we saw maybe a little hot streak coming to this offense. And then you face a left-handed pitcher, a good pitcher like Max Fried, and he shuts him down real fast.
Let's go big picture and run through what we're observing with the lineup and then talk about, if you were in Schilt's position, what do you do? Let's go complete scorched earth Armageddon. Carlson's just a 250 hitter. Goldschmidt he's clearly not who he was 5 years ago, but the decline is coming more rapidly. Arenado away from Coors is good, but not great. O'Neill, okay, let's get back to him later, and Bader as well. Yachty is who he is. We're very happy with him. We can move on. My high hopes for Tommy Edman. It appears Tommy is a 250 hitter that doesn't draw very many walks, and you're at a point where your shortstop position is up for grabs for a power hitter who can't hit and a singles hitter who has no power. So that's not great, as Mo was once quoted as saying, not great. Now let's go to something we can maybe deal with in more of a micro look. One is Tyler O'Neill. Jim Edmond brought up a great point. I was thinking it, but he put it into words on the broadcast last night on Valley Sports. And that was he was getting concerned that Tyler O'Neill was backsliding into some of his old swing and miss habits. And then he got locked back in. O'Neill continues to be the best player you've had all year. The guy, though, and you got to put it on Mike Schilt a little bit, the guy they didn't take advantage of his hot streak was Harrison Bader. Now, Fried, you're not gonna condemn a hitter because he didn't have a good night against Fried. Ask anybody in the National League. However, keep an eye on Bader. He looked like he did in April and last year and the year before. He didn't look like the Bader of July. Again, perhaps you tip your cap to Fried, but that's my thing.
Yeah, so Bader was hitting after that game on July 27th, where Bader hit the home run in Cleveland, went 3 for 4 in that game. He was hitting 301 at the time. Since then, he has gone 0 for 4, 1 for 3, 1 for 4, 0 for 4, 1 for 4, and that batting average has fallen back down to 285 with yesterday a 3 strikeout game, and then you saw this past Saturday with a 2 strikeout game. So he has cooled off some this past week. So
do we put him higher in the lineup like you and I were advocating when he was hot? It's probably too late now. Or is he going to bounce back? That's what I kept saying during that hot streak. Who is the real guy? So what do you do tonight? Do you shake things up? Are you convicted? Do you have the conviction of where you've been putting guys in the lineup to kind of maximize things? I mean, your 2 heavy lifters, Goldschmidt and Arenado, were awful. Just awful. Again, against a terrific pitcher. The guy who's got to hit above 4th, and I don't even care if he hits 1st. I think you and I argued about it at the very beginning of the year. O'Neill's got to hit 1, 2, or 3. He's got to hit 1, 2, or 3. Or you're not giving your lineup the best chance to be successful.
The Cardinals will face another lefty tonight in Drew Smiley, 7-3 with a 4.40 ERA on the season. Has been very good for the Braves this season. He's only 32 years old. I feel like Drew Smiley should be like 30. He should be a 37-year-old lefty that the Cardinals were pursuing at the trade deadline. It feels like he's been around that long in baseball. Which, speaking of 37-year-old lefties, Cole Hamels reportedly is signing with the Los Angeles Dodgers, giving them just another arm. I don't know where they put him. I don't know what the plan is with him, but they are just loading up on so many arms for a long postseason run.
Kershaw still has some elbow discomfort. The other guy's not coming back from his suspension. So just trying to find somebody kind of like the Cardinals, except they're doing it to win the World Series. The Cardinals are just sort of trying to survive, I guess, and be
trying to take. They are trying to avoid Johan Oviedo stepping foot in Busch Stadium the rest of the season. That's what they're looking to do.
So the Cardinals were at Hamels workouts. Did they, when they looked at him and when they looked at Lester, did they think Lester and Happ were better than Hamels, or all about the same? Who's the cheapest?
I don't think so. Did you see the report on Cole Hamels? Did you see the report on the signing of him? Because Bob Nightingale about an hour ago tweeted out that they're signing him and he'll be ready to go in 4 weeks. What the hell has he been doing? If Cole Hamels has not pitched all season and is having a workout, why isn't he ready to sign and go right away? That's the reason. I mean, it's 4 weeks until he's ready to go. what has Cole Hamels been waiting on that he's not ready to pitch for you until September?
Yeah.
That's I would question.
Crazy.
I would question what he's been doing or where he's been if that's the case. Another 37-year-old lefty that's out there, Scott Kazmir, just pitched for Team USA in Tokyo. So maybe when he comes back, maybe that's another arm that the Cardinals could look at. Just give me all the 37-year-old lefties in all of baseball.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that staff. It would be fun. It would really be fun.
Sit them down in the locker room and do a recreation of the picture that the Cardinals did back in the day with the what team was that? The famous Sports Illustrated cover photo with all of the
68 Cardinals.
68, yes.
Their lockers, yeah.
Give me that with a bunch of just guys, a bunch of starting pitchers 35 and older. Just recreate that picture for me. That's what I want.
That is a great idea. You are a marketing genius. I like that idea a lot.
It's J.A. Happ. And you know what? I sat here yesterday, Rammer, and I talked up John Lester. I told you, all he had to do was take out a few of those bad starts and he would look good. Oh, he had such a good July. I sat here and I talked him up. Rammer, I went today and I looked at J.A. Happ's numbers. I can't give that to you today. I can't. Rammer, I cannot sit here and spin this for you.
No.
I would have to go, Rammer, I would have to go find a good inning of J.A. Happ's to give you. Like that's what we're talking about with the spin factor here, because J.A. Happ's last start on July 28th, he threw 3 innings against the Tigers, allowed 9 runs on 10 hits.
Let me ask you a question.
Before that, 4 runs. 7 runs, 3 runs, 5 runs.
He's terrible. We don't need the numbers. He's terrible. Let me ask you a question though. Are we as a society, and then narrowing it down to the Cardinals, are we treating too many athletes like they're Fabergé eggs and have to be in a museum, and you can only put on those white cotton gloves to go near them? Are you telling me Oviedo or even Liberatore, who most people feel like he's not quite ready to be a regular rotation guy, but would he have given up 6 runs in an inning and a third last night? And are we really sitting around the offices at Busch Stadium and saying, oh boy, Liberatore comes up and gets shelled, he may never be a good player? Really? Are we so? And these are athletes. These are young men that have been accomplished and for the most part been the best player in their neighborhood, in their school, in their town, in their state all along. Have we built them up so much? Are they so fragile they're going to crumble under the stress of because Freddie Freeman hit a home run? Is that what we're really talking about?
I think Liberatore is kind of multi-tiered. I think maybe some of it's that, but with him also, you don't want to start the clock yet on him. That adds into Liberatore. And also, I think there is pressure on the front office for Liberatore to be good because of what Randy Arozarena did in the postseason last year. So I think there's that added pressure that, hey, when we call him up, he better be the next Clayton Kershaw. I feel like there are a few different reasons for the future of Liberatore.
Those are great points, and you're probably right. But let's be sure we're telling the fans then that the Cardinals are playing the political game, the financial game, and not giving you, the ticket buying fan, the best possible product they can put on the field night in, night out. And that's okay. Everybody understands business. We may not like it, but we understand it. That message needs to go out because you're getting 24,000 a night instead of 44,000 a night. Yeah. So that needs to be talked about. Oviedo's clock has started. Is he a kid? Was he emotionally reeling? We're not down there. We don't know. If that's the case, then maybe you have to do that. But you're not getting the best possible product, regardless of the reason.
Well, Rammer, one team that has gone out and spent a lot of money this NBA free agency are my Chicago Bulls, which this hat right here, Rammer, 21 years
ugly.
old. 21 years old. Look at that, baby.
That's
Look
ugly.
at that. Look at that.
It's one of the ugliest hats I've ever seen.
And now, after all, I mean, after everybody, they just went out and they've gotten in free agency already this offseason. I'm ready. I'm ready to buy another one here in 2022.
Okay. This is a St. Louis University baseball team hat. I've got a couple that look a little bit similar. I've got a souvenir hat that's almost identical, but this is a great fitted lid. This is a gamer. This is a Billiken gamer lid. It's perfect.
I like that. I saw the baseball team just got seven transfers in there this year,
including a young Mr. Cusimano who transferred from Indiana State to play for the Billikens and play at home.
I didn't realize. I didn't know that they did anything but golf in that family. So
no.
Outside of Frank and his legendary basketball stories.
For the next couple of years, if people can't find Frank, go over to the Jewel of Midtown, and he'll be over at the baseball stadium.
Hey, this has been Daily Cards presented by Mungenast, St. Louis Acura, and Rammer, also Royal Banks.
Royal Banks in Missouri, where better service means better banking. Give them a call and let them show you how they can help you achieve your financial goals. 314-212-1500 or online to royalbanksofmo.com. Whatever it takes, from a new checking account to a new mortgage, Royal Banks is there for you. Royal Banks, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
This has been Daily Cards presented by Royal Banks of Missouri and Mungenast St. Louis Acura. For Bob Ramsey, I'm Joe Roderick. We'll see you tomorrow right here on ClaibsOnline.com.
St. Louis Acura is excited to announce the opening of our newly remodeled service lounge. We sell pre-owned vehicles of all makes and models and take pride in servicing what we sell. We offer free pickup and delivery service and a complimentary car wash and vacuum with every service. We also have a full-service reconditioning shop on site that can repair dents, bumpers, and wheels. As the nation's only 29-time Acura Precision Team winner for customer satisfaction, we work every day to make St. Louis Acura better than ever for you.